They told you that no one knows the day or the hour, but they didn't tell you this. Pay attention. The writer of Hebrews says that God, in these last days, has spoken to us by his Son. And see, that's interesting because the writer wrote that 2,000 years ago. Now take note of what the writer of Hebrews says. He says God has in these last days spoken to us by his Son. And this tells us that the ministry of Jesus marks the last days. In order to explain this, let's use the movie analogy. The first hour would be the beginning of the movie. The second hour would be the middle of the movie. The third hour would be the end of the movie. In the same way, this is how God views the timeline of humanity. And Jesus' ministry marks the beginning of the last days. So Jesus started his ministry in 27 AD. And so from that point forward has been the last days. And now we are in 2026. So what's been going on for the last 2,000 years? Jesus said, "You shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. Don't be troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end, which is different from the last days, is not yet." Remember, the end is the final segment of the last days. Nation shall rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom, famines, pestilence, that's disease, earthquakes in various places. All of these are the beginning of sorrows. No one can deny that these things have been happening for the last 2,000 years. We're past this. So the only thing left on the timeline is the end. And what's at the end? Tribulation. And the tribulation is known to be the final 7 years before Jesus returns. And this is what Jesus speaks directly about next. See, many of you have taken this scripture out of context and said, well, because no one knows the day or the hour, then we cannot know the season of Jesus' return. But look at what Jesus says right above it. So in like manner, when you shall see these things come to pass, know that it is nigh, even at the doors. And what is he asking them to see? The signs of the times and the end of the age. And many of you don't even know what to look for. Neither do you know that it's at the door. If this has rocked you or alarmed you in any way, good, because the Lord is trying to get your attention. If you want a full teaching of the timeline of the last days, go to my YouTube and watch this video.